You're welcome back to class. Sorry. You're welcome back to class. Today we want to add ID and also functions to our keys. So to start with, this is button 1. Already I have added an ID to it, which is ONE1. So when you click that, you will see this ID. That's where you can add your ID. I've added 1 to this. This is 2. You can see it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So I've added IDs to all my digits. Also, I've done the same to this point. This is the decimal point. If you click see all, you see it's already there. Then equal to, you can have it here, equal to, save. So when you have done all that, also my plus sign, I called it plus, you can see, then minus, times, divide, square root. I use SQ root. So tangent, sine, cosine. So that's how I've identified all those various buttons. The same thing with these control buttons, the memory, clear, more, and off button. At the same time, this is the answer screen, this is the text view. So this text view will show the answer, while this text view will show the question. So I call this question screen. This will show the memory sign, the memory status. So I call it mem sign. So when you've done this ID like this, you now proceed to the next step, which is adding functions to those buttons. So that we will do in the event on click. So when 1 is clicked, what should happen? Before you can assign what will happen, there is need for us to create some variables. As you can see here, I've created a number of variables. Number 1, you have the digit accumulator. I have the display QUES, display QUES. Then you have A, B, C, D, and you have the sign accumulator. All those variables I've created are the ones that we will use at one point or the other. Now, let me start with the digit accumulator. Just like you know that when you type a digit, yes, it will accept the digit, but there will be need for us to accumulate digits, for us to have 2 or more digits. That's the essence of this digit accumulator. Also, the display question is what I'll be using to display the question temporarily, because when you want to make multiplication, I will need to save the initial and the final, and at the same time display the multiplication sign in between. So the display screen will hold the value temporarily when the first value is typed. For example, 12 times 4. When I type 12, remember when I type 1, the digit accumulator will collect 1. Then I type 2, the digit accumulator will collect the 2. But when I type times, the times sign, immediately that 1 and 2 will be sent to the display question. It will save it temporarily there. So that's the essence of this display question. So then the times sign also will be added to it. Thereafter, the other value also will now be typed. Now A, B, C, and D. I will tell you the functions as time goes on. A is the first value, B is the sign, D is the answer. So we need to save the first value in A, the second value in C, then B, which is the operator, will be operated on. So also we have the sign accumulator. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake. What I've done here is that I've used the sign accumulator to accumulate my sign, so I won't be using B as my sign accumulator. I'll be using A as my first digit, my sign accumulator to contain my sign, and then B to contain the other value. I'll be saving C for future use, while D will be used to save our answer. So let's do it that way. So when you how to create a new variable, when you want to create a new variable, you can see this add variable up here at this top. That's where you click. When you click add variable, you now see that we have about 4 types of variable. You could have a boolean. A boolean is a true or false answer. So none of the variables I've created so far is a boolean. We also have number variable. It contains only digits alone, decimal or without decimal, so it contains number alone. Then we have string. String contains all the characters, and map value is used when you have to deal with database and saving of files. So but for these variables we've created only numbers and strings. Now the numbers are the ones that you see that are round. All these A, B, C, D and sign accumulators are only numbers, while display accumulator and display questions, they are all strings. So that's how you identify them. When it's a string, it will be in square. When it's a number, it will be in circle. So if you have a value in string and you want to convert it to number, there is a operator for doing that. And when you have it as a string and you want to convert to number, there's a operator for doing that. So without wasting time, I want to proceed to add the blocks for the digit 1. When digit 1 is pressed, what should happen? That's what I want to do now. So already I've prepared my blocks, and when you look at these blocks, you could see, let me try to disassemble. Okay, before I disassemble it, I'll set them one by one. Now this first block contains typically a set value block. You'll find that here, set variable, set string. Can you see it now? But I've set the string to what? Display digit accumulator, sorry, don't mind me. So you can see it. When you have something like this, then you drag in the operator join. Let's go to join. Yes, this is it. We want to use it to join two values, just like you can see now. So we want to join 1 to the existing value inside the digit accumulator. This is what will make it possible for us to be able to have 11 in case we type 1 twice, or 111 when we type 1 3 times, or 21 if 2 have been typed initially. So remember, I told you that the digit accumulator will save it temporarily, and then when you type it again, it adds it at the back. That's what this join does. Then another one is this set display question. So this is what we use to set the display question to the value that is inside the accumulator. So the moment you press button 1, it collects it into the digital accumulator, and that digital accumulator, with this new block that I'm adding now, that digital accumulator will now set the display screen, the display question. It will set it to this value that is inside the accumulator. So whether it's 1 that is there, or 2, or 1 or whatever, it will set it inside the digit accumulator. So now already the value inside the display question is the value inside the digit accumulator. Now we can now tell the screen to display what is inside the display question. So that's that about all these buttons. I've saved. Now what I did was to save this block. As soon as I've saved this block, it goes directly inside my collection, so I can use it repeatedly when I get other buttons. So I'm done with button 1. I'll move on to button 2. Button 2, on click. Yes, I'll just come here inside my collection. Yes. Then always remember to change this to 2, because this is button 2, that's why I changed it to 2. This is button 3. I'll have it as 3. You can see it's 3 now. I've already done that. Button 4, I've done it. Button 5, done as well. Button 6, done as well. Button 7, already done. 8 is not yet done, so let me do 8. Always remember to change this value. 9, it's not yet done, so change this value to 9. Yes, come to 0, it's done. Point, okay, it's already done. See, it is there. So now we want to move on to our operator signs. For this plus sign, I've already done the arrangement, but so that you won't be confused, let me separate it and add them one by one. So this first block contains, now like I told you that you can convert a string into number using this operator. This is the operator to number, sorry, yes, you can see it here. So that's what we used inside this place. The only thing we did is to drop a digit accumulator inside it. You have this. Then I brought out the number block and I kept this inside it. So, and I set it to A. So what this does is that immediately button A is clicked. The moment you click button A, it changes the value inside button A to number and saves it inside digit accumulator. So after it has been saved in the digit accumulator, the next step is this next screen. And what the next screen does is that it sets the display question to display what is inside the digit accumulator, and then put plus at the back. So automatically, the moment that plus button is pressed, the first thing is this first block. It will take the value inside the digit accumulator and set it inside A. That's the first value that you want to add to another value. So when it has set it inside A, it now takes whatever still remains in the digit accumulator and then put plus at the back, and now puts that inside display QUES variable. So automatically what's now inside the display QUES is what is the first value, that is A, then plus. So the next block now is a text view that will change the question screen. So what the question screen will now display will now be what is inside the display question, which is what the first value A plus. That's what will be displayed in the question screen. Then after that has been done, this next block is going to set the value. This next block is going to set the value of the digit accumulator to empty, such that there is no longer any value inside the digit accumulator. So I won't type anything inside this white box. That means it has set the value of the digit accumulator to empty. So, and the next step is that it will set the sign accumulator to 1. Now, what I'm trying to do now is to create a particular variable for the sign accumulator. So when it is 1, it is plus. So when it is 2, it is minus. When it is 3, it is multiplication. When it is 4, it is division. So that's what I've assigned as my rule. But because this one is plus, it's going to make it 1. So I have this saved already. I have it saved here as plus. Oh, sorry, I've not saved it. This is another one. So let me save it as plus. Plus sign. So I've saved it because I'm going to use it again in the minus also. On click, yes, I'll click my collection, and that PS now I'll draw it out. Yes, can you see now? So it sets the value of A to what is inside the digit accumulator, then set that to the display screen and displays that on the screen with this blue block. Then it empties the digit accumulator, then assigns a sign of 2. I told you before that minus is what? 2. So also this one I need to change this plus to minus. So that's done. That's all. Can you see it now? So I want to move on to the next button, which is multiplication. Remember I said multiplication is the third button, so this time around I'll be using 3. This time I'll be using multiplication. That's multiplication, and here I'll be using 3. You can see it now. So with this, I'll go to division. Again, I'll click my collection. Change this to division sign, and change this to 4. Can you see it now? At the same time, we have this point. I want to check it. Okay, I've done that. So with this, we've done all our signs and the digits except equal to sign. So I want to proceed to the equal to sign now. To configure the equal to sign, I have my block saved here. Equal to sign. Don't mind this long sorry. Oh, sorry. Yes, I have it here now. This is what I need. You can see it now. So but what I want to do now is that immediately the equal to sign is pressed, it needs to set the new value to B. Remember, we'll set A as the first value before they pressed the sign, probably plus. Now if they pressed plus, automatically it will set the sign, then it will empty the digit accumulator. So now the digit accumulator is empty. They type the second value, so the second value, after they typed it, it will set it inside B. So I want to go and add what it will set inside B. So it will set the value of the accumulator inside B, and then it will set the display question also to the value inside the digit accumulator. So automatically the display question will now be the value inside the digit accumulator. Now if, like I told you, that 1 is plus, 2 is minus, 3 is division, and 4 is multiplication. So I've assigned these rules here. So I said if the sign accumulator equals to 1, remember it's plus, then D equals to, that is D, I told you that D is the result, D equals to A plus B. So it now sets the screen, sorry, this blue, this thing, it sets the answer screen it sets the answer screen to the value of D. Also, it sets the digit accumulator to the value of D. So that's that with the first part, that's addition. So but if the person presses minus, it sets the value of D to A minus B, the first value minus second value. So, and it sets the answer screen, that's the blue button, the blue block, it sets the value of the answer screen to D. D is the answer, the product. But remember, I told you that you can convert a number to a string. That is what I did here, because the text view deals with a string, so I need to convert that number to a string. That's why I used the string operator. That's what is here. Also, I'll set the digit accumulator, the digit accumulator to the value of D. The reason why I'm setting the digit accumulator to the value of D is in case the person wants to still add more values to the current value. Also, we are coming to the third part, which is division. Multiplication. So the sign accumulator type pressed was 3 now, so the D will be A times B. So, and I forgot to mention this. Let's go to our operator. Here you can see the 4 operators we've used plus A plus B. That's what I used here. You can see it, A plus B. So I'll just drag in my variable A. Sorry, my screen is trying to, okay, it's okay now. Can you see it? A plus B. You have it set now, and then I drop it inside this block. I hope we get it now, so I can easily delete this. So the same thing you repeat throughout till you get to the end. So we are doing that for our multiplication sign. So I want to set this answer screen now in this blue block. Answer screen will be D. So what it's doing is that the answer inside D, which we set in the previous block, will be displayed to the answer screen. So also I'll set this digit accumulator back to the value inside D. So we come to division. I'll set the answer screen to the value in D and set the digit accumulator to the value of D. With this, we are done with the addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication keys. So I want to save this, and we'll run our app to see the progress afterwards. We'll call it a day for this class. In the next class, we'll be talking about the sine, the cos, the tan, and the square root. Thank you so much. I'm running the app already. One, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals 1 divided by 3 equals 6 minus is all working well. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.